Hi, I'm Marcia LeBeau. I'm a poet from South Orange. Right now we're filming in Orange at the Right Space, which is a space that I run that is now closed. But it is a space for co-writing and events and workshops for creative writers. So hopefully we'll be open sooner rather than later. I'm going to read some poems to you today. So thanks for listening and watching. The first poem I'm going to read is a pandemic poem. I guess we've all been writing about what's going on right now. Second grade homeschool, 2020. The graphic on the screen shows the layers of the ocean. The sunlit layer holds wave-jumping vacation days and jellyfish, like the ones we watched last week on the live cam at the Georgia Aquarium. Or was that yesterday? No matter, we have sunk lower into twilight, the layer where sperm whales and swordfish swim through a darker environment. Maybe they laugh at the ridiculous cuttlefish, although cuttlefish do provide food for man and bird, and ink. As the sun goes down, my husband and I pour wine, ignore the kids, and talk about trips. The mango we sucked off our fingers in Antigua, our skinny dipping in St. Lucia, a bouillabaisse in Burgundy. By midnight, the layer holds only darkness and Dumbo octopus, fangtooth and anglerfish. The bioluminescence of our heavy breath in twisted sheets lights a possible future where not just our bedroom bodies are free. When ice cream was funny. I stopped thinking for a week in October 2015. It was unexpected and not dangerous like you might imagine. I didn't get run over by a car. I just didn't think about how I crossed the street and I was fine. I had lunch with a friend that week who recognized something was different. "You seem so happy," she commented. "So very happy," she sighed. And I was. My mind was blank. I smiled a lot. Many things were funny that hadn't been funny before. Humans running around doing things were funny. My kids screaming for ice cream were funny. The sun on my face was exquisite because I actually felt the sun on my face. And I listened. Boy, did I listen. People didn't know what to make of my listening. And then the emptiness was over, as quickly as it started. I knew the surest way not to get it back was to try to get it back, so I didn't try. I think about not thinking occasionally, along with the billions of other thoughts that have been back for years. I say, brain, I know you're not ready yet, but when you are, I'd really like to try that not thinking thing again. It won't make you obsolete, I promise. You just be happy. So very happy. Blistering. I duck into Payless to find a flat replacement for my heels. Running late, I grab the first thing I see. $14 silver sneakers with rhinestone elastic. They are bolder than bold. They are Liberace. They make my feet happy. Tomorrow I will go to court to become my sister's legal guardian. Prove that I will consider her likes, dislikes, hopes, aspirations, and fears when I make decisions for her. I will wear a skirt and blouse. I will wear sensible shoes. Lately, I've had the urge to feel the wind on my breasts, curse loudly in church, kiss the mailwoman. Do I have to admit these things after I take my oath? Maybe it would please the court to know I do whatever it takes when the pain becomes unbearable. Training. A man sits next to me in an empty New Jersey transit car. I cannot hear what he's saying. His salt and vinegar breath so close. I'm trained to sit and smile and nod and cannot, yes, believe this, cannot think of any other way to stop the talking besides fake yawn, fake sleep. I turn my head toward the window, press my temple cold on glass. Minutes later, he is rubbing his finger up the side of my thigh, light as meringue. I can almost pretend it is not there. I am ice. Who knew blood could stop while napping? Slow breath fools no one. The finger extends its length. I tunnel inwards. His pressure gets heavier. My eyes snap open like an out-of-control shade. I stand, turn so he will let me out. I do not look at his face. As I squeeze by, enticed by the mouth of the next car, he yells, "What's wrong?" "Need more space," I whisper back. He doesn't hear me. He can't. I have flown away. Ada Weedo. When someone asks me to describe Tanisha, do I tell them that the first time she echoed "I love you" back on the platform at 53rd and Lex? Or how she was the Jamaican goddess, Ada Weedo, frothing men up just by stepping onto the sidewalk? Or how I'd haul my ass 2 hours from Brooklyn to the Bronx to show her when she wouldn't answer and wouldn't answer? Her math teacher was not white. She was Jewish. Her son didn't go to daycare. It was life. Her SAT prep book, thick as a telephone directory, a Christmas present I thought she should be grateful for. The way her skin was always moist with cocoa butter. The smell forever lodged in her history. Her red vinyl belt cinched so tight, I thought she might explode. The way her outgoing message played Jay-Z for so long, I was annoyed before I even spoke. It was a test. How much do you like her? How long were you willing to hold on? Prenup. I can't promise you I know how to sit across from a man as he lights his campfire heart without letting it warm me. And I won't pour water over it before it glows down to embers in the lambent hours of the morning. As shadow flames sashay across my face, I might throw in branches I've gathered from my forest. Make it blaze. The lost yeses. They are alive. The ones you couldn't bring yourself to utter. Some are small, simply toed in the sand. Some alchemized into wire and learned how to dance. There are yeses that bare their breasts and grit their teeth. And those that fly around frantically like diseased bats or crawl into your yard at midnight to set off the sprinklers. Yeses that show up on the sidewalk drunk are the same ones that get kicked out of the library for talking too loud. Yeses that want to be taught by Knight Rider but are 30 years too late. The yeses that can't find the pencil sharpener are forced to whittle themselves down with a pocket knife. Those who swear they've met you before but find out those yeses were lying. Yeses who road trip through the desert without looking up from the lost planet. The most melancholy of all the yeses? The ones who long to tell you what you want to hear, but can't. The survey. The woman on the other end of the line wants to know if I have postpartum depression. I just want to know how my reality has become tux pads slapped down in underwear like slices of bologna, and a bra holding rock-hard porn star tits. Everything is breasts. My husband's eyes, English muffin halves, Katie Couric's earrings. The nightly sputter of the heater, a breast pump. At dawn, it groans, screw you, rat poo. Regret for not saving stem cells dangles in the Pottery Barn mobile, and every 2 hours a gurgling stream of milk shoots me awake. In the nursing chair, I recount the ludicrous contortions between contractions that made the midwife snort, "That 18-wheeler plowing through your uterus, that's nothing special, happens every day," while she typed on her BlackBerry. Yet we will do it again. Forget the moment our vagina, butane doused and lit, tore open into the newest scalp on the planet. If I leave my mind before my body, pretend my unconnected words are avant-garde dialogue from a West Village play, the patois of someone else's youth. Remind our boys how I washed their oatmeal out of my hair and took them wristlet shopping at prom time. Didn't it ever occur to us to cover our bodies with your photographs? The African deserts, the brownstones, the births. If you miss me, watch commercials I wrote in the 90s. Place my viola under my chin so I might finger the wood. When I list old boyfriends or stare into space, rub your hands together like I taught you. Press them to the crown of my head. Allow me to chuck whatever I please into the fire. Do not entertain the thought of a Western physician. Take me to the schwa so that they might needle the pain right out of me. Consider a witch doctor from the bayou who will lay me on a bed of honeysuckle and pour tonic deep into my throat. In Coney Island, don't forget to pay the carny to stop the Ferris wheel when we reach the hand-holding moon-soaked top. Let me walk the streets of the Docklands and slip into Cockney for a moment. So be it if I want to bleach my hair at a London barber, like at 19. Tell me this red velvet cake is dinner, and describe the perfect wedding under a tent in New Hampshire. Laugh when I whisper the maintenance man is my secret lover. Ask if you may cut in as we dance. Temptation. Put it out of your mind as impossible, like the stuffed animal in the claw machine at the mall. No one ever wins. But if by some happenstance of gravity, timing, and luck, that orange octopus slides into the three-pronged hand and manages to stay all the way to the exit trap, then falls into your cupped palms, matted like the neighbor's cat and as dusty as the candy on the back shelf of the all-night pharmacy, that plush toy will either be the grandest specimen you've ever procured or a grotesqueness beyond your dark dreams, even while its fur tickles and warms your face as you carry it home. '11th anniversary. We communicate like animals. I bark, he recoils. I howl, he waits, howls back. It's been like this for over a decade. Sometimes our offspring try to separate us. Last night, the youngest guided me into the dining room. The 3 working bulbs of the chandelier spotlit the smashed peas under the table. We never learn. No, sometimes we learn. A moment lying in bed ripples for a week. We burrow into each other's eyes, faces slippery with tears. I have made him proclaim to himself the scariest of truths. I am perfect. He has made me do the same. Our perfection hangs in the air. And this is my last poem. Thanks for listening if you've gotten all this way. Gen Z. It's 10 p.m. and I know where my children are. I've known where they are every single day of their entire lives. At some point, when they are in college or even before, I won't know where they are. I'll imagine them filling up a red plastic Solo cup from a keg and spilling a little as they look over at the girl who is calling their name. And I'll know that I'm definitely not their number one girl anymore. I wonder if someday someone else will make them meals. Or will they be the kind of men who make their wives dinner? Maybe they won't end up with wives or partners. Maybe they won't even end up as men. I wonder if they will change their names, who they'll want to kiss, never mind if they'll even go to college. My daydreams are outdated, my identity last century. I look at those sleeping souls and I have no idea. Thank you.